Hi there everybody, Bald&curious here. I want to address the whole Sig dilemma with the 320. There's a lot of stuff going on, and first and foremost, let me say, this is so stupid that it got so divided in the gun owners. They're like Republicans and the Democrats, pro-Sigs and anti-Sig. You can be pro-Sig and still want the accountability from the Sig, and vice versa. Anyway, I digress on that. Let me talk about my experiences. I see these X5 Legions everywhere. You go any kind of competitions, there's going to be anywhere from 30 to 50% of the people shooting this gun because it's a hands down easiest gun to shoot, easiest gun to get your hands on if you want to shoot a competition. There's no real modification needed on it. It'll shoot great right out of the box, and it's fairly budget friendly. Now you got more better options nowadays. You can go with mechanics, whatnot, but Sig is still a good option. This one been a little bit modified with I did a little grip work on it, put extended mag, and I got an Armory Craft trigger, but nothing internal is changed. It's just the actual trigger shoe has two screws for pre-travel and over-travel, and it's just the geometry of the trigger is changed a little bit. That's it. So the actual everything inside stays the same. Oh yeah, and I also use a go pedal, but that doesn't do anything. So Guns and Gadgets put up the video where he actually went through the FBI findings and how the gun can do whatever he does, and they were doing all this. So basically, once the gun is cocked, right? So when the gun's cocked, I guess he was able to wiggle the slide, but at the same token, he's wiggling the slide, but putting a pressure on the trigger. So look, I can't replicate it. Might be because it's a different trigger geometry, but you know, I'm pushing on the trigger, nothing's happening. Now here's my second 320. This is the ZEB edition, but F-Series pretty much untouched. Again, I changed it. I put an agency trigger. I think this is something the Sig should start including, something with the trigger safety, because that's where a lot of problems come from. But anyway, again, same thing. So let me push on the trigger. Okay, disengage the safety, and I'm wiggling. This thing is not going off unless I press it. So every video, everything I saw, they had either pushed the trigger a little bit and the gun went off when they shook it or stuff like that. So never without somebody actually not touching the trigger. So let's explore this a little more. I have a primed case. I took the bullet out. This is all empty, and we're gonna try whatever we can to make these guns go. I'm not in my house, so it might be a little bit complicated. Actually, I don't have a house right now. But load up, empty, and I don't know, gonna use this as a dead blow. First, no finger on the trigger. Okay, let's try to drop it. And I know somebody's gonna tell me, oh, you're not hitting hard enough. So yeah, I'm putting indentation in this 2x. So you're welcome to grab your gun and hit it a little harder. Let's try on the edge like this. Let's see if... Nothing. Let's try it again. Last thing, I want to mess this gun up because I gotta shoot it tomorrow with the competition. So yeah, nothing happened. All right, let's all right, I guess we'll squeeze the trigger a little bit, and let's wiggle the slide, nothing. I'm gonna keep the... Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. I squeezed the trigger a little too much. All right, let's let me get another snap cap. Alright, I didn't mean to do that, scared myself. So I got another blank. I'm gonna put, let me just demonstrate the trigger, because like I said, there's two screws for the pre-travel and over-travel. So this trigger, you see there's not a whole lot of pre-travel. Okay, there's not that much creep. And yes, you see the slide moving when you work in the trigger. So, and it breaks, but it also gives me a lot shorter reset. So trigger still kind of sucks on this gun, but I'm used to it. So let's try to wail on it without pulling the trigger all the way this time. Alright, I'm gonna have to do it like this. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. I'm squeezing the trigger like halfway. Alright, so I got trigger squeeze. Let's see if the gun goes off. Yeah, that was me. I pulled the trigger all the way. As soon as I hit the gun went back and I pulled the trigger. So, alright, I think this is gonna be easier said than done because I can't really hold the tension on a trigger without actually squeezing it. And I think that's where most of these accusations come from. But let me try it again. Again, every time I hit it, I squeeze the trigger, so I can feel it in my hand. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. So I think that's where a lot of these problems are coming from. Let's try to do the same thing with this gun. This one doesn't have a trigger really work like that. Maybe I can hold it a little better. Alright, again, I got a primed case. Let's try it. No trigger. Nothing. Let's see if I can hold it just enough. Again, you know, pull the trigger because I can feel it with the finger. Every time I hit it, it's just a fit now. So I don't know. Let's try to rig something up. Alright, so I got, Let's see if this works. I gotta reset the trigger. Okay. I gotta reset it. So this is just before it breaks. Again, primed case. And it went off. So I don't know what to tell you. I might be the luckiest son of a bitch alive because none of my guns have issues. Same goes, there's talks about 365s having an issue. This is the Spectre Comp with the X Macro Grip module. I had the original 365 as soon as it came up. I got the XL, I got the SAS. None of them have ever had any problems with a striker, braking, anything. So I gotta be luckiest son of a bitch out there. So why don't you guys chime in? I'm kind of curious. Now, there's definitely something wrong with some of the Sig guns. There's no question about it. There's issue there, but the fact that almost all of it come from law enforcement agencies kind of baffles me. And my experience, not to be hating on a law enforcement, but most of them are morons and can't really do shit with guns. You know, like, I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but you know, simply they're not gun guys, a lot of them, and they just do not train as much as they should, and blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, and that's what it results in. So mine are two for two, no issues whatsoever. If you have issues and actual issues, you can show me, and you know, that's not tied to ammo or anything, then please let's talk about it. But no, point me in the right direction. Show me the actual videos that crap is actually going down. And I also want to talk about Ben Stoker. He's the biggest shit talker. He thrives on bashing Sig and other companies. I mean, his whole career is based on drama, not taking anything from his shooting. He's an awesome shooter, probably a great teacher and instructor, but he's a fucking asshole, and he knows it. He knows it because he just loves the drama. He loves to bash Sig at every chance he gets. Meantime, he was shooting X5 for a while, and he didn't really say nothing bad about it. So, you know, I don't know what to think. Anyway, I'll talk to you in the comments, guys. If you like this kind of video, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, keep shooting, even if it means shooting 320s.